All right. The game we'll be playing, I haven't played yet. In fact, I just saw it on Game Pass earlier. Feel like I'm forgetting something. Water, pickled green bean I have to do when the thing comes back. Just give me 1 second to use the restroom. I'll go ahead and do that right now to get it out of the way, and then I'll be right back. All right. Or excuse think about it. I feel like I'm forgetting or why. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Right. I feel like I'm getting something, but I can't figure it out. Park, congrats, you have first, and yes, you also have my first pickle redemption, pickle green bean. Hmm. That's what I'm missing. The napkins for when I do pickles. Like, I mean, I don't know if that's exactly what I'm missing, but I definitely am missing those, and maybe that's why I felt it was missing. I didn't see them. There we go. Game volume. A smidge. Okay. Never, don't know what this game is really. I was going through Game Pass and I saw it and I was like, looks weird. Let's take a look at it. So you get to learn what it is with me. Aren't you glad? Let's see what it is. Yep, Womp. Just randomly downloading games. You wouldn't download a car. I mean, I would. Wake up in the stream. Scan your surroundings before locating your psi back onto your body. What? Feel a little heavy. Strange sense of confinement is making you uncomfortable. Bizarre rhythm beats inside you. Concentrate to feel it. Darky, my reflection in the... What? My power is limited, and thus I cannot grant you the knowledge you... I know this was like, I think Japanese is its initial language. But it made me think that it would be a very interesting playthrough here. Because her power is limited. Okay. Must learn the laws of this dimension yourself. This place is unlike the mental one. You have to be accustomed to gravity's grasp. Your body is not an imprisonment imposed on your mind, but its extension and realization. Now you must first learn to control yourself. You know what? Use a controller. But that might just be the easiest way to go about this game. I don't know. I don't know enough about this game to know if the controller would be better. You have come to be used to move in the physical world. Familiar rhythm is beats through you once again. Oh, this translation. Perfect. Like Google Translate went to work. Darky, the most powerful, the most important law of the physical world is to survive. Now I shall remove the censorship on your senses at a pace, and you shall feel hunger. Suddenly a strange sensation rises from deep inside your body. Your body feels like enfeebled, your strength drained, and your spirit waning. Need food to keep your body healthy. Darky, there's more to life than pain. Your primal instincts will guide how you survive. Okay. Driven by a primal desire, you eat the food in front of you. Feeling of satisfaction spreads across your body, driving off the feebleness. And with that comes the warmth that fuels your heart. You have felt that the joy of life is a step away from death. A door appears not far from you. Darky, doors are both nodes of nexus and walls of protection. Okay. Physical world is small and vast. Doors will be your starting points from which you will journey into the unknown. To open them, you must have what it takes to explore. Try to open the door, but it refuses to move. Check the bolt, it seems locked. Open the cabinet, full of all sorts of things. You need to the one that opens the door. Oh my god, this is gonna be translation is just terrific. This does feel like a Google Translate. Hopefully, whoever they had do it, they didn't spend a lot of money on the person. Fail the observation checks, you may choose, try again, and consume your luck to have a second chance. World, there are events that will lead to path diverged if interfered with. When performing a check, it will be a success if the observed result value is less than or equal to your ability value. Conversely, the check will be a failure. If you're not satisfied with the result, you try again to have an alternate result. Observe checking. Okay. So trying to understand what, because I think I misunderstood in the translation, but I think if it's my number or higher, I lose. It has to be lower than my number, which means if my ability on something is ever a 1, I can never succeed. Okay. 2 dice. 10-sided dice, I assume. There's the cabinet and eventually find a key. Strange and familiar feeling rises from inside you. Now you can leave this room. Enter the door and leave this room. All in one, one and all. Module duration medium. Identity of investigator. Reset role. Era modern type explore. I have no idea what this game is about yet, by the way. Still just the game. This is a story of the forgotten. When false history descends, how do humans decide their fate? If your whole life was built upon falsehoods, still be willing to share your spark to light up. Huh? Wait. Thought I said canceled, did I not?
In the deepest recesses of consciousness itself.
Star Key. You are my sole remaining connection to the mortal realm. You also represent my last hope to break through this prison of time and space that I have been confined within.
God.
At present, the history here is unable to be altered. I must return to the beginning of consciousness and fall dormant for a period of time. Before I do so, I ask that you act in my place within in this period. Only you can break through the barriers of this time and space, and create an opportunity for us.
You are standing your parents' bedroom as a child of nearly 8 years. Currently, you are in the process of replacing the daffodils in the vase that your mother keeps at her bedside. Your mother is laying on the bed, awake, but very much tired.
Mother, my aunts and uncles are all still asleep. I couldn't wake them up. I snuck out into the garden and picked some flowers for you. You think they'll be upset with me?
The woman's face showed sadness, but held a look of acceptance as she took in the child's words. She sat up and slowly began to speak to the child before her.
No, my child, you've done nothing wrong. Everyone's just tired. They need a good rest.
Did he kill everybody?
It would be best if you didn't disturb them. Anan, you have been such good care taking care of me. When I'm feeling a little better, let's move to the town together. You'll be able to make a lot of friends and have a little more freedom.
Yeah, I know, Spark. This has been great so far. It looks like it uses like Google Translate to make the English version. And yeah, you've already seen the text to speech. This is just horrific. Grandpa told me that I need to stay in the castle.
Don't worry, my dear. Grandpa will surely agree. Anan, could you pass along a message to Grandpa? I'm feeling much better now. Please tell Grandpa not to worry. Make sure to avoid the Chamber of Secrets, or Dad will be angry.
You promised your mother that she could count on you.
Oh my god, this is terrific.
Now it's time to leave so that she can continue to rest.
I know, it just... wow. As long as the investigator character does not suffer damage greater than maximum hit points at one time, you'll be able to resist the damage effect that exceeds the current hit points at one time. When the HP returns to 0, the character will stop exploring the module. Universally display when the character in the module takes action, the story will enter different branch routes according to the skill to verification results of the character. Actions between characters will conflict. In case of conflict, a skill confrontation interface will be displayed. Characters with a higher difficulty level will successfully initiate actions. Some complex states, the character will get bonus penalty dice. Character rolls dice an additional number of bonus points. Bonus or penalty dice will be rolled. The bonus dice will be the best of all results. The penalty dice are the opposite. The ability of normal weapons is mediocre, but you can still improve the damage by preparing for attack with normal weapons. Strength weapons can trigger attack preparation to increase the damage. In addition, when the main hand is equipped with a strength weapon, you can activate Cleave and use weapon block actions. The hand is equipped with a dexterous weapon. The dodge action can be activated using dexterous weapons to attack and hit the enemy. If difficulty level is above success, it is possible to trigger the chasing effect. Guys, this is just terrific. Oh my god. This is great. The juxtaposition of the serious story music, then all of a sudden, the bot. I know, it's... I'm like, I haven't figured out how I actually feel about this game yet. I'm glad I'm playing it right now.
Mother made you promise to not open this drawer. That's a promise.
We have bread. Material, gold, luck, ammunition. Under an energetic state, you will get a skill check bonus and restore extra MP each turn. This bonus 1 to 2. Lose active skill. Oop. Enter into the main hand. Ah, there's the equipment.
This is a picture of your immediate family. A little boy was sitting on the knees of a gray-haired old man. Behind him stood a young couple smiling happily.
Hopefully that's what they're describing is what it's supposed to be. Slow starting games like this make you happy. Didn't you just wake up, Womp? And it's probably not as slow as I am right now because I'm still just taking in what the game is. You woke up 3 hours ago. Well, this is the start of your day. He didn't have flowers anymore. I'm taking them. I think it's weird that it let... and it's the toggle to run.
You close the bedroom door quietly behind you as you leave the room.
Right. Burn the carpet. Why would I burn the carpet randomly?
This is a picture of your family. Your grandfather stands in the middle, his graying hair not giving away his age. Next to him, a young couple stands holding a young child. You see your mother's pale face and complexion showing a sense of illness. The man, who you presume to be your father, stands behind her wearing a black wide-brimmed hat. You cannot make out what he looks like. Around them stand many other
Thank you, Dragon,
figures,
for the hydrate.
well-dressed, who you know to be your many aunts and uncles.
These vampires?
Without much effort, you activate the switch to the Chamber of Secrets, unsurprised as it opens in front of you.
Okay.
As you stand outside the doorway, you can hear the muffled sound of heavy objects crashing against the wall in succession and the tugging of chains. The husky voice of a man thinking aloud accompanied these sounds. Who can represent us? How do I erase myself?
Anan, is that you? Can't you recognize Eddie? Don't be afraid, my son. My face is like a badge of honor. Oh, how you've grown.
Are you really my dad?
Do you remember our hand code?
They went through a series of hand signals they'd made in a game some years prior.
It's really you, Dad.
Careful now. Not too hard. These old bones aren't what they used to be.
You've recalled some of your memories regarding Father, in which he was injured beyond recognition.
Name is save.
No sound came from inside the door. The air itself seemed to fall silent for an instant as if in anticipation. You realize that the door of the Chamber of Secrets is unlocked and can be pushed open with a gentle.
Voice changed suddenly.
A bandaged face comes close to you, and then scarlet claws emerge from the darkness. Jingle. The claw stops just in front of you as the sound of chains behind him clamor.
My son, get out of here quickly. I'm being taken over.
So, trying to figure out how this measures. 70. My check, I guess, is the left. Did his number from the strength or versus my number against my dex? So in this case, I'm off from the 70 by what? 28? He's off from his strength by 12. Oh, I failed on my dex, so it was higher. Oh, okay, no, so you just have to be the one that has the lower and okay. Maybe that's what it is, just having lower and being that. I don't really know. I'm trying to figure this out. How it determines this. Is it just us being the lower of the two? And passing? Either way.
Your desire to stay with your father has given you an unusual boost of energy. You quickly maintain your ground.
I can't do that. You don't represent us. Who can represent us?
The box was empty as if its contents had already been long gone. You recall the warning your grandfather gave you at the stargazing pavilion.
Were you aware, Anand, that there is infinite knowledge in the sky?
For that
The story to
reason,
this is now
we who
strange.
seek the truth must always look up at the sky. But behind the stars is endless darkness. And when we look up, those horrible entities are also watching us. The remnants of any of their powers would be devastating to us. HTHE Chamber of Secrets contains the most terrifying substance in the universe, the strange. It is highly contagious and can transform all matter it touches into a part of itself.
Oops.
You would be wise to avoid.
I feel like we're gonna have a game over here soon, but since all right, we picked up a pistol. It looked like so. Trying to scroll down to see more. Okay. Weapon does not self-destruct when the charge is 0. If you also equip the Reseda stick, you'll start to shooting and attacks with the Aria revolver. No longer consume charge, but instead consume 5 spirit points. Mythical item and it's untradeable. Alright. Alright, we're gonna learn today. Okay, so you don't automatically walk through doors, which is I don't have to worry about accidentally doing.
For some unknown reason, you suddenly feel creepy, as if there are many invisible dangers lurking around you. However, this feeling a heavy sound rings from behind you, like a door being pushed open with great. You take a look back, and a man covered in bandages pushes away the family portrait. Without much effort.
I wonder if we cause whatever's about to happen with him and Mom. Get our mom killed. And we could ask ourselves these questions, but should we? Should we ask
You
ourselves
open
these
the
questions?
notebook and realize that it's filled with sentences that are devoid of logic, but not completely at the same time. Who will represent us? Shadow. I can't play a family member. I'm not very familiar with that behavior. Father. I understand. I'll show you what we mean. The dog put on the father's clothes. The father blackened himself into the shadow. And the shadow dressed as the dog. He spoke to the shadow. Our family is very interesting. You should be able to fit in just fine. Shadow. I can't play family members all that well. They're much cuter than I. Dog. I think. Father. I understand. I'll show you what we mean. The dog put on the father's clothes. The father blackened himself into the shadow. And the shadow dressed as the dog. This note keeps cycling until the journal finishes and you feel inexplicably nauseous. The text is derived from the SCP-3999's I am at the center of everything that happens to me. SCP-3999 is a stream of consciousness work in which a terrifying being resides within the body of the protagonist. Who chooses to end his life in order not to let his body become abnormal and out of control? The context is written by Lord Stonefish, who suffers from severe depression. SCP-3999 is also a microcosm of his inner world.
Okay.
The box was empty, as if its contents had...
Now the real question is to go back and check on our mom. The weird, creepy thing that's supposed to be our dad. Burn the carpet for some reason.
You look out the window. Outside is a world where the sun and moon dance. The grass roams free, and the forest thrives. It's the world you've always wanted to see for yourself.
Just out here looting. Set fire to the
The
carpet in
moment
the
you
one
walk
room.
into the study, the flow of time around you completely freezes. As you notice something changing in the air, you struggle to stand and lose consciousness.
Damn, we've been tricked.
When you regain consciousness, your grandfather is there, standing in front of you. You also almost immediately notice a gate that you have never seen in the study before.
My dear grandchild, you are that family's last hope.
Howard. I feel like, I guess the name is supposed to mean something, or maybe not.
While the stars of the world all abide by rules and patterns, the destinies of people themselves are different. We've made you bear far too much responsibility. So now, child, I'll give you 10 years of freedom.
My grandfather pointed to the stone gate standing in the center of the study. The gate seemed to connect two worlds together. You see the meadow and forest spread far on the other side of the gate. You notice that grandfather's tone seems different today. He's acting far softer than normal, creating a sense of discomfort within you. You subconsciously voice that sense of doubt climbing up from your chest.
Grandfather, are we going together? Grandpa, I don't want to leave. I want to stay with you. I don't want to leave here. I don't like the outside world. I want to be with Mom and Dad. I don't want to leave you.
My dear grandchild, I couldn't give you a good childhood. It's all Grandpa's fault. Grandpa couldn't save your parents. All your grandpa can do is offer you 10 years of freedom to live life as you wish. Anand, my pride and joy, even if you feel sad, please face life with optimism. I know you will continue to suffer as the haze builds up in your heart. So please, try to forget what came before. Forget the stone walls you've lived in and your home here. Forget the faces of all of us, your family. Forget the memories that bind you to this place. Forget everything that happened here. Child, remember, the sky is always connected, no matter where you are. The stars will...
In your eyes, the gate now turns into a soft and comfortable bed. A wave of exhaustion washes over you. Now all you want is to rest.
He tricked me.
You stumble through the door in a daze. The meadow, forest,
Yeah, but
and
Grandpa
even the
can't
bed
stand you
just
anymore,
saw that
kiddo.
were all
He
there
needs a
only
vacay
second
from
ago vanished
babysitting
as if it
duties.
were all a dream.
I
This
mean, it
was no
sounds like
dream,
he might have
though,
gotten his mom and
as the
dad
above
killed.
rainstorm calls out its fury. Ahead, you watch as the rain fiercely pours upon the town in front of you, Dunwich. The heavy rain guides the river water and causes the huge castle standing on the cliff to collapse. Instantly, the town of Dunwich now was merely a forgotten pile of rubble and rain. You feel
Jesus.
dizzy from the unbelievable destruction you witnessed and fall to the side of the road, unconscious. Moments later, a gray-haired, old man drives down the rain-drenched road in a Ford. The blinding headlights shine down on you lying on the ground. The driver quickly realizes that you are unconscious and carries you back to The car. In this violent wind and rain, judging the land below, he drove past the mudslide and continued on his way.
Ten years later, Providence Night Dormitory.
Public security is only getting worse. There's already another incident. I should follow the doctor's advice and get to bed earlier today. I really hope this medicine actually works.
Patient seems to have experienced severe memory loss, without any lasting damage in any other physical or mental functions themselves. Based on patient's explanation, he is able to slowly piece together the missing memories by small amounts at a time, though with tremendous pain. Unfortunately, by the time he is able to even get anywhere near the deeper portions of his memories, the pain becomes too much and he's unable to continue. The problem lies with what comes next. If he doesn't attempt to look through these memories for an extended period of time, then it fades as if he'd not remembered it in the first place. This means that he finds himself at the start of the gate he'd been venturing if he doesn't keep at it. On the other hand, if you ignore the memories, then they become like a massive boulder sitting inside your head, slowly accumulating more and more mass. So the question is, how could we create a physical application to interact with memories? Or is it a question of the pain we should be focusing on lessening in order to allow the patient to continue pushing themselves? The latter seems far too dangerous, whereas the former will take time to come to a solution. Without being able to identify the cause of these symptoms, the best path forward is to attempt sleep-aiding medications to allow the patient the opportunity to break this standstill. That concludes the report.
All right.
Main symptoms include, but are not limited to, insomnia, palpitation accompanied by hallucinations, poor appetite, partial emotional function loss, and difficulty in retrieving older memories. Blood pressure results. BP 100/51 patient's blood pressure is concerning and could be due to rapid mental changes in line with his current memory difficulties.
Right.
Diagnosis. It is recommended to avoid alcohol and stimulating activities. It is also advised to attempt to sleep at an earlier time to allow the body greater time to recover. Prescription. A small amount of benzoyl has been prescribed to patient as a means to reduce stress levels and prevent any major potential incidents in day-to-day life.
I mean,
You take the medicine bottle from the cabinet. Medication prescribed
no
by the
idea.
doctor to act as a stress-reducing agent, which he hopes could be a counter-effect from the effects of sleep traumas and hallucinations.
can I not take the medication?
I hope that I can actually have a good dream for once.
Yeah, do we re-roll that to try to succeed? Or do we take our failure like a champ? I feel like we take our failure like a champ and move on.
Under the influence of the medicine, you had a good long overdue dream tonight.
All right.
There is no written message on the envelope, but the seal itself feels strangely familiar. You've opened the envelope subconsciously. ANAN. My amazing grandson. Today is your 18th birthday. I've prepared a birthday present for you that is waiting in my study. I hope you don't mind the brevity. but I'm sure you'll find it easily. You are our family's last hope, and I truly believe that you will be able to overcome this disaster. With love from your grandfather, George Howard.
Why did the letter disappear?
Your mind is flooded with fragmented images. Like it's all a dream you've yet to awaken from. The very memories that you've been unable to grasp are now themselves reaching out to you. You are unable to fully process it all at once, but it sits there like smoke waiting. You imagine will be a matter of time now before the missing portions fit back together. Fortunately for you, processing the bundle of memories doesn't feel painful this time around. A picture comes to your mind as if it were something on the edge of your consciousness all this time. You see a castle standing in the night. Above and around it, the sky and the stars creating a dazzling work of art. There's a chapel on the west side and a stargazing pavilion in a dome-like structure. It all seems so familiar. Slowly, then all at once, the memories of your family hit you like a waterfall that had been plugged.
Down to clue to Arkham.
The newspaper's front page is detailing news of a major safety incident involving meat products sent to the city by Arkham. Although the food companies involved have resolved the issues, most of the food has already entered the market. Those who consume these food products have displayed highly unusual symptoms, while the incubation symptoms are not necessarily obvious. It writes that patients have often fallen into mania, fits, impulsiveness, and extreme irritability. This has already led to several violent conflicts with victims.
Oh right, this was the book that Amy recommended. I haven't finished reading it. I still need to also return this thesis as well to the library afterwards.
Medical records. Read through tranquilizer. Move can only be used in SP does not exceed 65. Food. Old. Long journeys made with sturdy materials that will stand the test of time. Linked. Oh, nice. It keeps all the stuff there. Okay. I'm guessing that's equipped. I'm like, I don't know what it's trying to tell me. Is that like I use the item? Is that an equip the item? I'm glad the English translation only works so far. Yep, okay, it was equip. Jesus Christ. Oh man. Hey, we succeeded in observing thing. A note in the book. Now there's an upcoming school production of Tosca coming soon. I've never been to an opera performance before. Will you go with me, Amy? Ah, so Amy was asked us on a date by putting this note in the book. That's what the observer was for, was to catch that there was a note in the book where she was asking, like, hey, you want to go see this opera with me? And I'm like, yes. I like that her class looks to be a scholar. Look, there's magic, everybody. Oh, good God. Eh. Save. We're definitely saving. Now here's the real question. Now that we've saved, does anybody think we should go back and load the other one and try to see if we can go see what, you know, happened to mom and dad? And then just reload this one if need be? We could. We saved it back there. Hold. Test it. Eh? There we go. Bigger passage. Confirm.
No sound came from inside the door. The air itself seemed to fall silent for an instant. You realized that the door of the...
Oh, wait. It's even better. We can intentionally fail this check.
A bandage... And then...
But we failed. Oh, wait. This time we succeed.
Jingle. The claw stops just in front of you. Father shoves you through the door. You hear his chatters continue akin to madness.
Okay. So he throws us out. If we fail that check. We failed this one earlier. Ah! What we missed earlier when we didn't pass this check. Okay.
For some unknown reason, you suddenly feel creepy. As you hear strange voices all... However...
Wow, so by not succeeding that check earlier, we
A
didn't...
heavy sound rings from behind
Interesting.
you. Like a door. You take a look back, and a man covered in bandages pushes
So,
away the family portrait
The reason
and
that's
slowly
interesting is
steps out
because
of the
we
into
failed that check
the stone
earlier,
corridor.
but we didn't lose SP. We didn't lose SP or sanity points or skill points or whatever it is, special spirit points maybe. Because it says a brain, so I'm thinking. The reason I said sanity points is because I saw the icon for it's a brain, and we just saw like a weird tentacle creature, and we lost some. So it reminds me of like the whole Cthulhu concept, which I don't know much about. Okay. Now the real reason we loaded the game. Let's go. Dun, dun.
lovely Grace, my beautiful angel. Finally, we can be together forever.
An unusual aura of black mist swirls and swiftly dissipates into nothingness. You watch your parents simply disappear in what was less than smoke and dust. You swear you heard a string break inside you.
Oh wow. We just lose more and more from watching all this crap happen.
The handwriting on the paper is delicate, and you recognize it as your mother's. This seems to be for your father.
Ronald, my love, Father warned me not to see you now. The only way I can convey my thoughts to you is by letter. Hanan has woken up. You don't need to worry about our child. What we had planned worked, and he has forgotten the incident. I will spend what time remains for me with our child. I hope to protect him from pain as long as I can. If we can't overcome this disaster though, Ronald, my last wish is to die with you.
Now we're gonna reload the other one in a minute here. I just want to see what we lost from not doing this part of the story. We're not coming back here. We lost a willpower item. But we must live with our consequences. I just wanted to see if it ended the game if we went and saw, you know, Dad and Mom together. Return to the start. We'll go reload our school scene. No more backtracking. From this point on, we'll just progress the story in whatever way we see fit. But remember, this is a backseat-friendly stream. If you have something to say, as long as it's not a spoiler, we should go ahead and say it. This is a mutual game here. We're all learning it together. Full gate available to go. Pharmacy, grocery store, car rental agency, interstate bridge. Going to the library consumes 2 action points. No additional action points to be consumed for the day. Re-entry is available. Trials room, no action point consumption. Entry. What did the book say again?
As soon as you enter the room, you see Carl drinking his way to enlightenment as usual. You hear him happily humming a tune of his own creation while writing what you believe to be his manuscript.
Drinking. What was it? Drinking his way to enlightenment. Remember, everybody, you're not getting drunk. You're drinking your way to enlightenment. What was the note again?
What lies before you is a desk that carries piles upon piles of notes. academic theses, books, and small notes that look to have been written and swiftly forgotten about.
We have wow. How bad are we at being observant? Gotta waste luck on this 90% chance. Yeesh.
Sir, what is this picture?
It came in the mail from a previous patient I worked with. He wanted to thank me for curing his strange disease. He's rather young, but he was complaining that his memory is getting worse rapidly. He told me that it was all tied to some strange dream that he forgot the contents of upon waking up each day. All he remembered was that there was some place he wanted to go. So I aided him into achieving a trance-like state to search for memories in his dreams subconsciously. Sometime later, I got this painting in the mail.
Welcome back,
I
Juan.
suspect he found
We are
what he was looking
we
for.
are exploring.
Look at how he's smiling in front of that yellow.
You notice a broken yellow badge attached to the edge of the letter. Upon picking it up, you feel a strange shiver run through your body. You examine the badge a little closer and see a strange symbol along the back of it, but nothing to indicate what it might represent.
There's something that makes you uncomfortable about this symbol. I'll look into this just in case. Sir, this badge seems interesting in some way I can't discern. Do you mind if I studied it?
Feel free to take it. The clutter is piling up in my office anyway. I don't have the time to look through every last thing here.
Back of the yellow badge, there are twisted runes. You get a nasty feeling in the room.
Since the start of human evolution, countless fragments of consciousness have existed within the great sea of unconsciousness. The common habits humans have established were derived from a sense of collective consciousness that society enacts upon a fresher mind. What was it that came first? The concept of human clusters? Or was it the ocean of consciousness that established deeper thought? What is the deepest part of a dream? In the ocean I describe as consciousness. Is there nothing awaiting its deepest
I do
depths?
love the chat
Or
bot
are there greater
sounding-
beings able to manipulate the consciousness of humanity? The human mind and body are connected in some manner. That much is true. The mind is not an invisible thing independent of the body. Everyone is born with a brain capable of generating emotions and thinking in some manner to different degrees. All complex human emotions have their own elaborate biological mechanisms. Changes in the body affect the mind, and changes in the mind affect the body.
AI speaker. What is TV speaker? I think that's what that is. So. Professor Carl, why are you drinking again? I don't plan to drink once the day comes to an end. I'm not an alcoholic, for crying out loud. None. Do you understand the idea of wearing another persona? I don't quite understand what you're getting at, Professor. Alright, so as an example, a drunkard is one of my personas. Okay.
When I'm drunk, I
Hey!
can relax my mind and release my emotions to a much greater degree than normal.
It's not voice acted, it's literally like an AI that reads the text on the screen. Fucking priceless.
On that note, I still have more wine on hand. Would you like to try it for yourself? You should experience a variety of emotions rather than sticking to your norm of comfortable. In a sense, Emotions are a greater form of empathic and comprehensible knowledge. It's just good for you to experience the world in various ways.
I already know that, Professor. I've already been trying something similar in my case. Trying to understand emotions through literature.
Do you enjoy it? Or at least do you feel like it's been beneficial to you?
I hate it. No, specifically. I hate stories. People tell stories, put themselves in a position of authority.
Hello, fellow human. Would you like some alcoholic beverage to relax?
They use these stories to elaborate their own values that they believe to be correct. Santa Claus gives a list of bad children. Only hard-working bees are allowed to be given honey. Women were made from one of Adam's ribs. These well-known stories are laced with personal values and truths. The wider the story is told, the more it constrains people to act as a form of truth. These stories fight for power, with the winners being a form of fact or cultural standard. I just think it's an excuse for power.
So who are more interested in the world's actual history?
History is written by the winners. Even so, there's still truth can be interpreted and observed.
No one can return to the past themselves after all. All we have is the interpretation of others. The current way of humanity, after all, is to
Could read all
understand
this
the past
myself
as a
and
grand narrative
make my own
after
voices
all.
for people, but I'm like listening.
Well,
Yeah, I bought it.
regardless, I don't suppose you came here today to discuss your studies.
Professor, I've come to say that I'm leaving for some time. I'm going back to Arkham.
That's great to hear. Even if you hadn't decided to do so, I'd have done my best to persuade you eventually. People's past experiences will affect aspects of their present in some manner. We've been unable to get any results with form of friends therapy. I've attempted after all. I'm certain that it's those lost memories that are the cause of your current problems. Even so, don't put too much expectation into this. Even if nothing comes of it, you can still see it as a relaxing holiday trip. People still need a driving sense of purpose.
Yes, I understand,
I hope that by the time you return, I have a better understanding myself of your condition. Here are the keys to the car. I won't be traveling anytime soon anyway. If you feel like you owe me, you can just wash it for me on the way back. It has been with me for many years, and just like me, is an old soul.
Thank you for everything, Professor.
Alright, so we got a car key. Remaining action points 5. 2 to go to the library. Go to the school gate.
The surrounding dirt makes the manhole cover laborious and tight. And you can't lift it.
Okay, so I can back off by hitting escape.
Didn't. You promised last time that we'd pool our money to buy a decent baseball bat. I already bought it. But it's time to pay for your share. I'll hold on to it and you can use it whenever you want.
I don't have much on me right now.
What?
At most, I can give you $5.
I can give you $5.
This is a $100 baseball bat. You need to pay your share.
How are they time sharing a baseball bat? I don't.
You should be paying for your 50%.
This bat is not worth $100.
You don't. Believe me. Well, I'll just have to go back and tell father that you're going to buy that he made you sell back.
Either way, I only have $20 on me.
Well, I can take a loss this time. After all, we are brothers.
Is the one brother trying to scam the other brother?
The blonde man took the money and left happily.
I wouldn't have brought the money if I didn't want to buy it back.
I brought the money, but I didn't want to buy it back.
Where can I find $20 now? What are my options? Today is the last day I had planned for work too.
Do I have $20 to lend him?
Wait, really? Thank you very much. I will pay you back as soon as I have the money.
He ran out of the school as fast as he could.
I don't think he's gonna pay us back. I think I just threw 20 bucks away by giving it to this kid who just ran off. Morning, Pencil Strip. How are you doing? We are exploring a game that I saw on Game Pass, and I was like, all right, let me check it out. Doing pretty good. Having some interesting gameplay right now. Found a clue and our luck went up.
We're an informal extracurricular club. The society was founded in 1889 by a group of students and professors who shared a common interest in unexplained phenomena. Like-minded people are welcome to join us. The Unsolved Mysteries Society will be open for enrollment from January 15th to January 20th. For art, for love. The school's opera association will be performing the popular Tosca on January 18th. Make sure to bring your significant other with you. We hope this to be an opportunity for those to confess their love for another.
Alright.
Many notices are posted on bulletin boards every day, so there's also many torn notices as a result. You find notices lying around that have not been cleaned up. Seeking this item. There's a photo of a yellow badge attached. Sign. An antiquities collector. And the contact address portion was torn out. President Stone passed away at 10:38 a.m. on December 28th. 1919. As his illness finally overtook the treatment.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's terrific. It read the year, I believe, in whatever foreign language it is. I don't know if it's Japanese or Chinese or whatever. But whichever language that is, it read December 28th. I think it said Icho. I don't remember exactly what it said. Oh my God, that is terrific. It has like an AI bot that reads it for you. But it does things like that make it absolutely perfect. And I'm loving every moment of it so far. Just got the last character of your party, an Octopath. Nice. Are you an Octopath 1 or 2, Shrimp? Oh man. Game is making me laugh so much.
He was 65 years old. His last wish was to keep everything simple in his passing.
Who is your main character? Also, how are you playing it? Are you doing it because I know some people do it like one person's story at a time. Me a little weird to play it like that, but I guess I can kind of understand it. But I know like when I played it, I played everybody's first chapter, then everybody's second chapter, then everybody's third, and everybody's final. Start with Ulbrich. You heading out, Womp? Oh yeah, this Friday it's game night for you. What's your what game are you playing on game night?
Look, in the desert, someone is planting seeds. He seems alone, infinitely sad. Who can tell me what he sings? Sad notes flow, no longer tell the ancient past. Nature's chant, experienced yesterday. Tomorrow again, the man was gone, and the moor was a field. The song was no longer heard, but the melody still lingered.
That's a very strange, very interesting song. Sorry, I mean. You're fortunate enough to find several lucky clovers scattered among gravel. Woo! Okay, so we do. Apparently, if you hit the exact number, it is a success, even though what I read before indicated a failure. Take that. Yep. Take that, get back down. Wait. Do again.
You actually bought back this stupid doll. Since you still have money, then give me the remaining $30.
That's on loan.
Remember, you still owe me $30.
The blond man dropped the puppet and left angrily.
Ooh, we're getting some of these real close ones here.
Thank you for fixing it.
You're
This doll
welcome.
was the last gift I received from my mother before she passed. My father thought it was too torn up, so he secretly threw it away. I later saw it in an antique store by chance. Fortunately for me, the owner kept his promise and held it until I had the
Where's
funds.
this antique store?
That was Uz. My father was very fond of him and considers him as another son of his. Maybe I am too much like my mother. I'm sorry. This isn't your problem. Thank you for listening though. I'll get the money to—
He murmured to the
I'm sorry. I didn't.
Before we go into the trash, we should go ahead and talk
Isn't
to.
this Anan? As always, you are not popular with animals.
The animals don't like us. Now we have some more background.
I don't know why all the animals seem so hostile to me.
I don't think they are hostile. They just seem scared. The animals here are fairly docile, though you are a special case. Have you ever considered taking a part-time job as a zookeeper?
Forget it. I don't want to get sued by any animal protection organizations.
He's got a point. Alright. Trash Flash interaction.
No. 10 Barnes Street.
And Barnes.
I don't think there's a Barn Street in town.
Okay.
There are many phone numbers packed into a sheet of paper messy like taped to the wall of the phone. The only number on there that interests you is for the railway office, which reads as 635-85-477. You also notice something under the edge of the sheet itself. You find a small card with no form of identification. Just a string of numbers 644388813.
Am I gonna need to write things down?
Just turning the dial won't make the machine work. Capitalism makes the world go round after all. You'll need to pay to use the telephone booth.
That's terrific. They even spelled capitalism wrong.
There were many coins lying quietly inside.
Serve checking still needs testing assumption. Check